Is the Fortnite storyline officially back? Has it been officially revived with the release of Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 3? I'm going to talk about why I definitely think it has been. There's a couple reasons and a lot of proof, so let's get into it. Before we do, remember to like and subscribe. Become a member for just $2. Let's go. Alright, so as we all know, Fortnite Season 3 just started, and to be honest, it's probably one of the best starts to a season that we've had in a very, very long time. I'd say since Chapter 5 Season 3, the car season, until that got nerfed like a day or two in. And with the release of Season 3, we got a ton of callbacks to the old Fortnite lore. Obviously, Jones and Hope, who've been a part of the storyline for some time now, especially Jones, were in the live event. So that kind of told us that we were going to get some storyline elements back. At the end of that live event, we saw the reality bubble, which we hadn't seen since the end of Chapter 3. Chapter 3, in my opinion, was when the storyline absolutely peaked. Just absolutely peaked out of its mind. So, the fact that they've brought that back tells you something already. Now, on top of that, you might be wondering why I have the unvaulting event in the background here. Well, if you go to the new city POI, right? The Utopia City POI, which, by the way, great POI. Awesome new POI. If you go to that POI and go to the dead center of it, you will see that the 0 point that is seen in the unvaulting event is sitting there in a portal. Like, you can see it through a portal in the center of the POI. That's not all. If you go and zoom out of the POI and look at it from like a bird's eye view, like a top-down view, you will notice that it looks identical to the unvaulting event like area that we were in, pickaxing for the items to come back. It lines up almost perfectly with the 0 point and all like the cases of the items. Not only that, but if you look at the middlemost part of that top-down image, the portal, the little portal that shows the 0 point, actually lines up perfectly to where Singularity's desk was in the live event. Everything is like perfectly lined up to the unvaulting event. It's very interesting, and it just screams Fortnite lore. So the 0 point is being referenced again. You know, we've had the 0 point shard at the beginning of Chapter 6. That was pretty cool. But it's being directly referenced and shown now. This is huge for the Fortnite storyline. But just y'all wait, there is even more. So OG Fortnite Season 4 has come out, of course, alongside Season 3. Dusty Divot's back, right? There's meteor craters all over the place. Pretty cool. Love to see one of my favorite POIs back. The Visitor is back as well in the OG Pass, a new version of the Visitor. And it seems highly likely that that is the same exact version from back in 2018. That is crazy. So not only is that our first 7 reference since Chapter 3, so since 2022, but that is the first 7 member that we've seen since early 2022. So they've got the 7 logo back on the rocket, right? The rocket is back on the island. The Visitor is back. They made a reference to his loading screen, which was pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. And they also gave him some voice lines. One of them says, "I remember these places fondly." So, I mean, that's just basically confirming that that is the same Visitor that we saw. The very first member of the 7. Now, the 7 were like the main focal point of the storyline. So if the 7 are back, and the 0 point is back, what does that tell y'all? That tells me that the storyline might just be back. Now, obviously, we have the Rocket event that's confirmed to happen again at the end of July, which is when Season 4 will end. What happens there will absolutely determine whether the Fortnite storyline is back or not. Now, when I was younger and the Fortnite storyline was just kicking off and at its peak, I absolutely loved it. I knew everything about the Fortnite lore. I would always follow it, and I'd be super excited to hop on when there were new storyline challenges to complete. So seeing all of this stuff, seeing the Visitor, the reality bubble, the 0 point like directly in the game and visible, it gets me kind of excited. And it actually really does make me feel like Fortnite is starting to come back to what it once was. Storyline driven, cool items, you know, awesome trailers and awesome events. It really did feel like prime Fortnite after that event, and I absolutely loved it. So if the storyline is coming back, which I really think it is, I'm all for it. I can't wait, and I'll definitely be enjoying the game way more than I have in the last 2 to 3 years. So let me know if you guys think the storyline is truly being revived in Fortnite, if it's truly coming back. I think it is. Remember to like and subscribe, become a member, and I'll see you all in the next video.